What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Turbo John, and you're on the Turbo John YouTube channel out here in the garage working on the race car. We're going to figure out if we can make this thing work a little bit better in the cold air. Y'all noticed, if you didn't notice, if you didn't get to watch the videos from this past weekend, we went to dig or die, got our teeth kicked in. It is what it is, but we come up with a way to heat the car up. Methanol cars are really hard to start when it's really cold. Most are anyway, mine included. So I took my torpedo heater, run it on my radiator, and heated it up. It took about 30 minutes or so, and the water temperature came up really good. I could get it about to a 90-degree temperature, and the car fired right up because everything got nice and warm. So I was like, okay, I found a solution. The only problem is the front end has to be off in order to do that. So I was kind of complaining about it a little bit, got a solution, but now I need another solution. My buddy Matt Ulrich, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, Stacking Dimes Race Cars, he sent me a message. He's like, dude, he's like, easy solution. He's like, all you gotta do is get a block heater. And I was like, never really thought about that. You know, like a 7.3 or a Detroit diesel. So I went on Amazon, and he was exactly right. So I really appreciate him reaching out to me and talking to me about that, letting me know that they have done it in the past, and I think it's going to work pretty good. Comment, like, and subscribe. If y'all want to support the channel, head on over to turbojohnracing.com. Check this out. I think it's going to be pretty cool. All right, boys. The car is still sitting. Look, it's still got the Carolina squat happening. I think it's getting lower in the back the longer it sits here. Front's up. The back is squatted. We charged the battery. All that was good. The other night, I went ahead and pulled this radiator off. It was very easy. We got this thing mounted up, nothing to it. Brandon did a great job mounting this thing. So we got this thing mounted up, very easy. But I went to Amazon, and I typed in block heater, and blah, blah. This is what we just got. This just got here today. This is like $49.50. Pretty cheap. There are some more expensive ones. But this one, you can see it's not very long. It is 120 volts. Is it going to zoom? 120 volts, 1 kW, 1,000 watts. So it's not very big, pretty easy. This is a 3/4 pipe thread. Feels like it's a piece of stainless steel that is here on this piece right here. So while I was at Amazon, I typed in 3/4 NPT pipe fitting and ICT billet. Amazon had these in stock pretty cheap, and that's what this is. So pretty easy. You just got to make sure you pay attention to which way the threads are. You can see the threads on that side. There are no threads on this side. So if you were to weld that with that pointing out, it's not going to work. Actually, I've done that before. Kind of sucks, but so that's what you want to do. So we got this little thing here, got it in the radiator. Basically, I took my unibit and went in there with the unibit, started drilling it out, and voila, here you go. Basically, my welds kind of suck, but I think it's not going to leak. Now, this is our CSF radiator here. I got that from Jegs or somewhere, Jegs or Summit. We got our water pump over here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to thread this in. There is a bung that comes up through here, so I kind of got lucky. I knew it would come up, but I didn't know how far it come up. But down in there, it's actually just to the bottom of that. It's not going to really mess me up, but if I would have went all the way down to the bottom, it probably would have been an issue. I could have probably went up a little bit, and it probably would have been better. So the goal is we're going to thread this 1,000-watt heater, this 1,000-watt block heater into this radiator. I plugged it up a minute ago, and it really gets hot fast. 2 seconds, it was hot. And so I didn't want to burn it up, you know, so immersion, so you got to keep it in water, blah, blah, blah. So you don't ever want to have it plugged up for a long period of time. I just want to make sure it did work before I threaded it in there. We're going to use Teflon tape since it's NPT pipe fitting. Essentially, it's a tapered thread, doesn't have an O-ring, so we're going to thread that in real fast. Once we get that threaded in, then we'll pour the coolant back in the radiator, and then we're going to get it all circulated up, get it all back in there, and then we're going to see what temperature it is. Now, it's a little bit warmer out here today, so the temperature is probably going to be 60 degrees on the engine. I mean, it's not super cold at all. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to see how quickly we can raise the temperature. Now, in a block heater situation, when you have this in a diesel engine, this heater threads actually into the coolant. Same way, it's in the coolant passage, not in the oil, but it's in the block, and so it's warming up the water in the block. In my situation here, of course, we're going to be warming up the water in the radiator. So in order to get that to the block, you got to have an electric pump, which we have. So it's very simple. We'll just turn it on and circulate it. But if you don't have an electric water pump, I mean, it's not going to help your starting. It's going to not really benefit what we're trying to do. What you would have to do is figure out how to get that into a freeze plug, which they actually make them. This one is 1,000 watts. I found one that was 1,500 watts. That's a little bit wider than this, but they make some that are like curved, so they're like this. So you could get it in the actual freeze plug as well, but you'd have to do some research. There's a company out there called Cats. They sell a bunch of different block heaters, and they got some that go around the water hoses. But it's just, you got to figure out what's going to work for your combination. Okay, let me thread this in real fast. But then we're going to get water in it, get the coolant in it, and then we're going to turn it on, and we're going to see how quickly it can actually warm it up. Hold on. All right, boys, we got this done. That is in there, nice and neat, zippy tied up. We got to just clean off the lines there. My wiring guy, Austin, might not approve of my zippy ties, but that's what I had to do for right now. And then this is the plug. So, it is not super cold in here. I just turned this on. 60 degrees. So we're going to do a timer. I'm not going to put y'all in time lapse or anything. I'm going to just go ahead and do it. And then we'll see. I'm going to let it run for probably 15 minutes, and we'll see how hot this thing gets. Here we go. All right, boys. This thing's been going for just about a minute. In less than a minute. Listen. That's already getting warm. I can feel the warmth. Like the bottom of it is still cold, but like from here, right there, I can feel it warming up within a minute. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna let it run for about 15 minutes. Wow, that is crazy. All right, boys, this thing has been going for 13 minutes. The whole radiator is now pretty warm. And so it is actually raising the temperature in here as well. That's 62 degrees. Let's turn on the pump and get that thing circulating. And now we're putting the hot water out of the radiator into the engine. And so let's see, it's been going for 13 minutes. Wow. And so when you do the math on the volume of water that 1,000 watts can heat up, that's pretty, 13 minutes. We're going, that's the first time I just turned on the pump right there. And so we gained 14 degrees in 15 minutes. Wow. Let's run it for another 10 or 15 minutes and see if we can get this thing up to like 90 degrees. If we can get it to 90, that'll be 30 degrees in 30 minutes. Ish. Okay, let's turn it back off. So we're at 74. Let that sit and heat. All right, guys, so another 10 minutes in. So now we are a total of, what is that? 25 minutes in. Let's turn the water pump back on and see it's cooled down a little bit because the engine is warming up. Probably realistically need to cycle this water probably every 5 minutes or so. And don't let it get super hot in that radiator, just because, I mean, it's not, the water is essentially boiling right there at that thing. So another 10 minutes would come up, another 10 degrees almost. Guys, I think this is going to work out. That right there, if we're racing on a 40-degree day and we can gain 20 degrees and get it up to 60, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. And wow. Give it another few minutes and it'll be even up even higher. So yeah, this is gonna work. I really appreciate Stacking Dimes Racing, you know, suggesting that. That was a very good, it's a very good idea and working like a champ. This thing is feeling warmer. Wow. And 20 degrees, guys, in that short period of time. Dude, I'm digging it. I am digging it. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to show you if it was going to work or not. And I think it did. I think it works. So we're going to try to go testing this weekend. We're going to go to Rico, topside. They've got a street car race, but we need to work on the race car. We need to figure some things out. Going to do a video tomorrow showing you what we found, what our issues was, we think, on what happened to us at Dig or Die. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see y'all later.